In this video lesson, we are going to learn how to name polyatomic ions, right? Remember, polyatomic ions are referring to ions with two or more atoms. And there's a few that you will be using in this class, and you don't have to memorize them because we can find their symbols and charge on reference table E in your reference table booklets, right? And so just to give you an idea of where that is in your reference table booklets, right? You have your reference table that looks like this. This is the first page. When you turn it to the just inside the front cover, this is where we're going to find reference table E. This is what it looks like. Put a copy here. Get a closer look on it. We're going to make some notes on this a little bit. Every one of these has a group of atoms clustered together, that those cluster of atoms have an overall charge. So to emphasize this, I'm going to have you put parentheses around the element symbols, but you're going to keep the charge outside. So this right here, the hydronium, is H3O with a +1 charge. The dimercury, or this mercury here, we're going to not really use this one, but we would put parentheses around it like that. A common one, NH4 with a +1. So notice NH4, the 4 is inside and the +1 is on the outside. So the +1 refers to the charge when you have on this cluster of atoms with 1 nitrogen and 4 hydrogens. Acetate can be written one of two different ways. You can say C2H3O2, close parentheses, with a -1 charge. Or you can say CH3COO with a -1 charge. It's the same formula if you count up the carbons, hydrogens, and oxygens. It's just a different way of writing the formula. Cyanide, CN, overall has a -1 charge. Carbonate, CO3 with an overall -2 charge, or 2-. Remember, you can do charges as either 2+ or +2. Either way is okay. Hydrogen carbonate, HCO3 with a -1 charge. This is the same thing as bicarbonate, as in sodium bicarbonate. Oxalate, C2O4 with a -2 charge. Now these are the chlorate ions. There's a whole series of them. Notice ClO, ClO2, ClO3, ClO4. ClO with a -1 charge is called hypochlorite. ClO2 with a -1 charge is chlorite. ClO3 with a -1 charge is chlorate. And ClO4 with a -1 charge is perchlorate. So be careful. These ions are all very similar, but they have similar names, they have similar formulas, but there are distinct subtle differences in the names that are supposed to help you clarify which one you're talking about. Some other similar ones. We've got chromate and dichromate. Chromate is CrO4 with a -2. Dichromate, Cr2O7 with a -2 charge. Permanganate, MnO4 with a -1 charge. Okay, these are very common, very easy to be confused. NO2 with a -1 charge is nitrite. NO3 with a -1 charge is nitrate. Peroxide is the O2 with a -2 charge. Hydroxide is OH with a -1 charge. Phosphate is PO4 with a -3 charge. Thiocyanate is SCN with a -1 charge. Sulfite, sulfate. Sulfite is SO3 with a -2. Sulfate is SO4 with a -2. So SO3 with a -2, SO4 with a -2 is the difference between sulfite and sulfate. Then there's hydrogen sulfate, HSO4 with a -1. And then there's a thiosulfate, S2O3 with a -2 charge. Okay, so I just wanted to take you through those just to kind of have you put your eyes and your brain on each one of these. You don't have to memorize these, but it does make the later chemistry topics easier if you can recall these easily. So to that end, what I'm going to ask you to do is to take this piece of paper that is a grid of a table of 4 by 6, and you are going to use these to make flashcards. There are 25 total ions on here, but there's only 24 boxes. So we are going to not include the mercury ion. We don't use that one. It's not very common. So what you're going to do is you are going to write the formula on this side. So you're going to write H3O parentheses plus 1. Then you're going to go down to the next one and you're going to write NH4 with a plus 1. Then you're going to write acetate, pick either one. We'll go with C2H3O2 with a minus 1, CN with a minus 1. So you'll go through and write all the formulas, put your parentheses in. Then you're going to cut these, and then once you cut these, on the back side you're going to write the names of them. So you'll flip them over one at a time, and you'll write the names on the back of them. So H3O, when you finally cut that one out, on the back side of that, you're going to write the hydronium ion. Okay, so these are going to become your flashcards, right? Because I do want you to, while you won't have to memorize them, going through the process of attempting to memorize them will definitely help you in the long run. So go ahead and make those flashcards, work with those a little bit, and then I will see you back in the classroom.